Good morning, class. Is my voice audible? Am I audible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll be sharing my screen. Just give me a minute. Is my screen visible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So last week, it was completely filled with the team activity for the case study which you had chosen, okay, towards the information management system subject. So now, in today's class, we will continue module 5, that is decision support system, from the point where we had stopped, okay. And I think when I had given the introduction to the decision support system, you people had watched one video. Do you remember? A small video in order to emphasize what exactly the decision support system is. Okay. Now, since in the decision support system, the business intelligence plays, a very crucial role. It is one of the very vital aspect in any organization, business intelligence. We will first quickly see what is business intelligence with the support of a video, and then we will come back and continue with our slides. Is that okay, students? So,
Ever wondered what business intelligence is and why we use it? In this video, I'll be answering those questions and showing you why you should be implementing BI for your business. Hey everyone, Adam here from Vitamin BI, bringing you business intelligence for beginners and beyond. Now on this channel, we'll look at all things BI, like data analysis and visualization, as well as BI platforms and how to choose the right one for you. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So let's get straight into it. What is BI? Well, BI is all about harnessing the data that your business generates in all of its different activities. Then we analyze and visualize this data in order to clearly understand it and gain valuable insights into how your business is performing. Now, these insights in turn allow you to make better informed, smarter business decisions to help your business evolve and grow. And that's basically it, the 3 stages of BI, which in theory sounds quite straightforward, but in practice it has many challenges. Let's dig a little deeper and take a closer look at each one of these 3 areas in turn. In today's modern business world, companies generate a lot of data. Gone are the days when it was all contained in spreadsheets and on-premise databases. With the online age, we now have things like social media and cloud-based business services, and they all generate tons of data. Therein lies the biggest challenge for BI. All of this data is separate in what we call silos, meaning it's hard to easily get a global 360 view of how your business is performing in all of its activities, without having to look at multiple reports in different places. What we really need to do is to bring these disparate data sources together and analyze them together to get a clearer picture. We'll dedicate more time to the specifics of where and how to access your data in other videos, so don't forget to subscribe. So what about the analysis part? Well, the end product of the analysis usually takes the form of a report or dashboard containing visual representations of your aggregated data, like this one, and this one, and this one. Whereas a car dashboard displays things like your speed, how much is left in the tank, or even the outside temperature, a BI dashboard contains your business's metrics or KPIs, like your revenue, stock levels, or how much engagement you're getting on social media. When you track and benchmark your KPIs, you can measure your business's performance. Visualizing your data makes it easy to read, understand, and digest. A dashboard gives you an at-a-glance snapshot of performance and helps you identify areas where you're doing well and those that might need some more attention or investigation. Now, data visualization is a discipline all unto itself, and effective visualization is the key to making sure that your data is as easy to understand as possible. Finally, once we've got all the data together, analysed and visualised it, it's time for the insight stage, where we read the results of the analysis and see what we can learn. Your dashboard can help you spot trends, see how metrics correlate with each other, and also compare periods of time to see how things are evolving. Now, obviously, every business is different with different data, but let's take a look at a dashboard I built with some real data, and I'll demonstrate the kind of insights that we're looking for. This dashboard contains some real Instagram data for a town's tourist office in France. It's a fairly small sample size, but you can see that we've broken down the main KPIs, number of posts and average number of interactions, which is likes and comments combined, by various things like month, day of the week, hour, type, and filter applied. We've also used color data encoding to be able to look at these two KPIs together. If we look at this first chart by month, we can see that in the month of August, they posted the most number of times. But we can also tell by the yellow colour that those posts had the least number of average interactions. So this could tell us that maybe they posted too much and should think about reducing the number of posts during a month, or simply that it's a month when a lot of people are on holiday in France, so aren't on Instagram as much. One way to test this would be to compare the same month of the previous year and see if the average interactions was also low. Now, this chart by day gives us some clearer insights. We can tell that posts on Tuesday and Wednesday received the highest average number of interactions, so this could tell us that we should post more on those days. And finally, we can see that the Amaro filter appears to be most effective in gaining engagement, so we could try applying it to more posts to see if interactions increase. The data visualized in this dashboard gives us ideas and food for thought of things that we could try in changing how and when, in this case, we post to Instagram. Ideas that we may not have had without having analyzed our data. And that's exactly what we mean by insights. And that's it for this video. Hopefully now you have a better understanding of what business intelligence is, its challenges, and its benefits. And if this has piqued your interest and you'd like to learn more about things like data analysis and visualization, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and
Yeah, so what was the video all about? Can any one of you quickly summarize to all of you? To all the students who are present here? Yes, what did you understand from the video?
About BI.
A bit louder.
Business
Who is this?
intelligence.
The one speaking? Please tell your name. Smita?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you quickly summarize? What did you see in the video?
Yes, ma'am. About business intelligence and its stages.
Mm-hmm.
First one, that is information gathering, and then analysis.
And insight, right? So, so all of you got to know that business intelligence is all about three important entities, right? So, first one comprises of what? First one is the data, right? So, First one is data. Second one is what? It is analysis. And third one, it is insights, right? So are you people familiar with any of the business intelligence tool? Have you heard of any business intelligence tool? Heard of Tableau? Any one of you? Heard of this particular tool, Tableau? Yes, no? Heard or not, students? Tell me. No? You heard or not? Then we have one more, very widely used tool called as Power BI. Okay. See, you might have heard of many designations with respect to data analytics. Okay. Can any one of you list out for me the various designations which you people know in the field of data science? Quickly. Data scientist. Correct. Then, which other designations you people are familiar with? Data scientist next. Nobody? Data analyst next.
Engineer, data engineer.
Yes, data engineer. Data specialist also, this sort of designation exists. Then what else? Heard of any more designation? Or maybe this also, analyst engineer or analyst specialist, right? So it continues. Okay. So if you people are designated any one of these, okay, that means you people need to play with all these three entities, right? So that is data, analysis and insight. Okay. So from the client, you need to collect the huge amount of data, analyze it with the help of the mathematical model and the various learning algorithms and provide insights to the client how their business is making profit or how it is going to produce revenue or profit for the next 5 or 10 years, right? And all these insight especially will be in the form of visualization, right? So data visualization is very, very important because the clients with whom you people deal with need not be technically sound, okay? They might have some knowledge or no knowledge at all, with respect to the technology. So in order to convince the clients, you people need to make use of data visualization. So you were looking in the video, I mean, you people saw that in the video, you had a lot of graphs, in fact, and some even, the pie charts, something happened. And even the pie charts as well. Okay. I'll just clear this canvas. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. Right. So it's important that the business intelligence is integral part of, in fact, the decision support system. Okay, so I think last class we had seen this particular thing. Okay, that is the Dss components. Okay, students. So all of you would have drawn this particular diagram, if I am not wrong, correct? Yes or no? Yes. You people have drawn this diagram, right? Students, answer me. Yes or no? How many of you are present in the class? Almost 20 students, and why nobody is interacting? Tell me yes or no whether you have drawn this particular diagram. Yes? I think now I have to ask individually. Maunika, have you drawn this particular diagram? Maunika.
I'm writing, ma'am.
This was actually given in the last class itself. I think most of you would have drawn this already. Neha, are you there?
I written for last class.
Neha, you people have drawn this particular diagram? Chandrapriya, Neha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I think we had stopped at this particular point. So we'll just continue further. See, DSS model base. I think this also we had just started. See your Microsoft Excel. Okay, that is the spreadsheet example. With the Microsoft Excel, it's not only a software, system software which or application which can be used only for entering the values or doing some simple calculations. In fact, a lot of data analysts, they make use of Excel to do the data analysis. Okay, so you can in fact add or enable a lot many macros which are available as add-ins in the Excel, and then you can carry out the data analysis. Okay, now can anyone tell what is linear programming? What is linear programming, students? Any idea what is linear programming? Heard of linear programming? Yes or no? In your design and analysis of algorithms, you learned few optimization problems, correct? You remember? Optimization problems? You people learned optimization problems. Do you remember or not? Yes? Optimization problem. Have you people remember this? Yes, students, come on, tell me. Optimization problems. So linear programming is all about the optimization problems or optimization techniques. So generally what happens in this optimization is either we will try to minimize something or maximize something. For example, in your traveling salesman problem, what is the main objective? Can anyone just tell me quickly? In your traveling sales person problem, what is the main objective? What is the main objective in the traveling salesman problem? Chandrapriya? 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 Say, I don't want students simply to join my class, okay? I want all of you to interact. Chandrapriya, you're not there? So optimization problem means what? Either you have to maximize something or minimize something, right? So this falls under the category of what? Linear programming. Okay. So Chandrapriya didn't give me the answer for what was the objective of traveling salesman problem. Dhruvashri, can you try? What was TSP problem all about? Traveling salesman problem. The salesperson or the salesman need to visit all the cities, okay, which is being represented as nodes, okay, so that the total tour cost, right? Total tour cost is minimum. Remembering this particular concept? Yes or no? What was the case in knapsack problem? What was the case in knapsack problem, students? Here the optimization is to reduce the tour cost, whereas in knapsack problem it was to maximize the profit. You remember? Yes or no? You people are able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is called as linear programming. Okay, so all your optimization problems fall under the category of linear programming. Okay, so why I'm just recalling all these concepts is you should not feel that just because we are learning theoretical subject, okay, doesn't mean your concepts will not be related to the subject or the concepts here. Okay, still you can make use of the algorithms or the various techniques or the various strategies, okay, to solve any problem, okay, related to or relevant to IS, that is information system domain. Got it? Okay, next, what is multiple regression then? What is multiple regression? All of you, I think you people attended one webinar, okay, recently. So the resource person was discussing all about what? Regression, right? So linear regression. So can any one of you just recall and tell me what is this linear regression? Because we have to discuss multiple regression. It's important for us to know what is linear regression first of all. Yes, any one of you who was keen listener in the webinar session. You remember the resource person was giving some examples with respect to predicting the performance of the student in the examination. You remember, students? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what were the parameters what he was considering in order to predict the performance of the students? He was considering something like the number of hours he dedicate for studies. Then similarly, the number of hours he will dedicate for the social media or on the device, right? Something, various parameters he had chosen, right? And he was also discussing about that linear regression is all about this particular equation, right? Y is equal to mx plus c. Remember this stuff? So in fact you had even seen that, yeah, so he was insisting about this particular line, right? So tell me, in this particular equation, y is equal to mx plus c, which is dependent variable and which is independent variable? Which is independent and which is dependent variable, students? In the equation y is equal to mx plus c, tell me which is the independent variable and which is the dependent variable? Quick. Yes. Rakshita, you're there in the class. Vaidurya, Yashaswini, any one of you unmute and answer. Y is independent or dependent variable?
Dependent.
Y is dependent variable. How about X?
Independent.
Yes. So X is independent variable and Y is dependent variable, right? So you can see here only one independent variable exists, right? So it is called a linear regression or simple regression. But when it comes to multiple regression, okay, the concept remains same, but the only difference is in case of multiple regression, we will have more number of what? Dependent or independent variables? More number of independent variables. Okay, so that we can consider more number of independent variables and their respective values and then figure out what is the value of the dependent variable y. Okay, students, so this is multiple regression forecasting. So all these techniques, it could be the support vector machine or decision tree or classification techniques or regression techniques. Those are extensively used in order to predict, in order to forecast. Okay, next, capital budgeting present value. So again here the finance or the overall capital budget for the company is important, and how that can be disseminated and distributed across various departments in the company, that is also important, right? So until unless you have a complete spreadsheet which comprises of the total revenue, which was collected or which was generated in the previous financial year, you cannot plan well, in a very systematic manner or in a very well organized manner, how the budget can be, utilized, efficiently utilized, right? So capital budgeting is also important. Yes, moving further. So before this, we will just see one table, in fact, which is very important. So you can see here, sorry, yeah. So these are, the whatever I'm projecting here, it is analytics competitors make expert use of statistics and modeling to improve a wide variety of functions. Here are some common applications. Okay, so whenever, now it is very clear that if you need to predict something, okay, definitely you people need to make use of what? Mathematics, right? You need to have a strong foundation of mathematics. So when I say mathematics, definitely what will come into picture? The statistics will come into picture, and even the mathematical models. Okay, so these are the key elements for any machine learning or deep learning algorithms. Okay, students, the mathematical models and the statistics. Okay, so based on these only you can do the analysis, in fact. Okay, yeah. Now, so you can see here, this is supply chain. Okay, so this is supply chain here, and what is the description they have given? Simulate and optimize supply chain flows, reduce inventory and stock outs. So examples also they have given. They have taken some examples of Dell, Walmart and Amazon. Okay, the next functionality is, this is all for analytics prediction or experts. Customer selection, loyalty and service. So here, what is the description given? You have to identify the customers with the greatest profit potential. So definitely identifying potential customers is one of the very important aspect. Okay, so increase the likelihood that they will want the product or service offering and retain their loyalty. Okay, and once you have the set of potential customers, then you have to start predicting what could they purchase in the coming next month or in the coming next quarter. All right, so that could be your analytics here, and some examples is Harrah's, Capital One and Barclays. Next, pricing is also one of the important functionality here. So identify the price that will maximize the yield or profit. It is not that you have to quote the maximum price, because if you quote the maximum price, then there is a high probability of losing out your potential customers, right? So it's important that you choose the pricing for the service rendered by the company, or for the product, based on some criteria and strategies, so that you will retain all your potential customers, right? So some examples are Progressive and Marriott. And next is human capital. So you know that human resources play a very significant role, in any organization, right? So select the best employees for particular tasks or jobs at particular compensation level. So you might have seen, the ads or advertisements in the newspapers or in the websites also, that sometimes it's mentioned very clear that package or the salary stuff is not a constraint, right? Have you come across such an advertisement? Yes, students. Definitely the qualification and experience, they are the most primary aspect. But still, apart from those things, that is qualification of the candidate and the experience what the candidate is having in the respective field or domain, but still they say that the desirable candidate or competitive candidate, for that particular candidate, the compensation or the package is not a constraint, right? So because everybody wants the best employees, best of the best to have in their organization, to again sustain in this competitive world and give their best towards the growth of the organization. And you can see here, New England Patriots, Oakland, Boston Red, and we all are not so familiar with these examples, because almost all the examples are they've taken from the Western countries, right? So next is product and service quality. So detect quality problems early and minimize them. Okay, so that is the reason not every time they will, if any organization is planning to release any product, then they will be releasing these softwares in various versions or various variants, correct? So alpha version, beta version, and this holds very good even to the variants of the current pandemic virus as well. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is the latest coronavirus variant name given as? You have done with delta. Now what is prevailing? What is existing now? Yes, students. Which is the latest variant of coronavirus? Delta is done. What is next? Any of one of you? You people are not aware of? Which is the current one existing? It is Kappa, right? Yes or no? Have you heard of it? Students, heard of this particular new variant? At least respond yes or no. Lakshmi Shravani. Dhanlakshmi. 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 Students, is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Dhanlakshmi, you're there in the meeting. Please unmute yourself because I don't think you have given your case study presentation yet. Dhanlakshmi. I think simply she's joined the class.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
You have not given your case study presentation.
Ma'am, your network issue is there, ma'am.
Sorry?
Network issue, ma'am. I'm not able to join through laptop, ma'am.
Who is your other partner for the case study?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಳೇ ಇರೋದು.
Okay, fine. You just see you'll be completing it at the earliest, okay? Yeah, okay. Next is human capital, we have done, and next is product, this is also done. Next is financial performance. So better understand the drivers of financial performance and the effect of non-financial factors, okay? So sometimes even, to get the maximum profit, some parameters which are not relevant to the finance also matters a lot, right? And some examples are given here, NCI and Verizon, and similarly R&D. So research and development, is an integral part of each and every organization. Okay, whether it is a technical based company or manufacturer based company or raw material based company, whatever it is, R&D is the central key element of any organization or company. Okay, because it helps in enhancing the quality or the efficiency of the the services offered, and what kind of new innovative stuff can be introduced. Okay, so that requires R&D section as well. Okay, now we will just move back to the slides. So you can see here applications of statistics and modeling. Okay, so supply chain, yes, the same thing, whatever we went through the table right now, the same thing has been listed out even in the PPT as well. So supply chain we have done, pricing we have done. Only thing is in this particular slide examples are not given. Otherwise the functionality, each functionality with the description is being given here. Okay, students. So functionality and description. So product and services done, R&D is also done. Next, management information system. So this is also one of the type of information system, because quickly you people can recall the different types of information system. Okay, graphical representation. So in that classification of information system, you can see that MIS itself is one of the classification. Okay, so what exactly the management information system does? So this supports or this facilitates the managerial decision making process. Okay, so that is this is one of the important functionality of what MIS, that is Management Information System, to support or to facilitate what decision making, that to managerial decision making. And managerial decision making are those set of executives which who resides in where? Tell me, top level, middle level, or the last level? Tell me, students. The managerial people generally fall in which category in this hierarchy? The top level, this is 1, 2 or 3. Tell me. Kushal, tell me, managerial people generally fall in which category? The topmost level of the hierarchy, or the mid level, or the last level?
Mid, ma'am.
Hmm? I didn't get you.
Mid.
Come again. In the top or middle or the last layer?
Mid, ma'am.
Mid. Okay, fine. Is it correct, students? Whatever he said, managers, according to him, he says it's in the middle level. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, good. So this produces what information products that support many day-to-day decision-making needs. And see, it is not necessary that decision-making need to be done, only at the end of every month, or at the end of every 6 month or yearly basis. Okay, sometimes it becomes very necessary that the decision-making, becomes a routine process even for the day-to-day activities as well. Okay, and you can produce reports, display and responses, and it satisfies what needs of operational and tactical decision makers who face structured decisions. Okay, so all the operational activities, okay, all the strategic activities, and as well as the tactical activities need to be compiled or amalgamated within the structural decision, okay, or structured decision. So that is what the important aspect of management information system is. Moving further, management reporting alternatives. So this is how you can choose to report. It could be a reporting of any one activity or any one complete process. Okay, so you can see here it can be periodic schedule reports, or it can be some exception reports. Okay, some scenarios or some circumstances where some exceptions were raised, or some or conditions which cannot be handled. Such things also need to be reported, because in future later in the organization, if they encounter with the same sort of condition or the exception, then they can definitely refer to this particular report and maybe produce regularly, or when an exception occurs. And demand reports also. Now all of a sudden, if the faculty member asks you to instantly write one assignment quickly, okay, something one open-ended question which is not available in the prescribed textbook nor even in the a reference textbook, then it is like you have to search some other alternative source. Okay, so this is like the open-ended question which is being given as the assignment. It is on demand, right? So something similar to that, even in the organization also, on demand reports and responses can be generated. Okay, and push reporting, so information is pushed to a network computer. So I think you people know this, the concept of push marketing or push reporting, right? So you try opening any application on your mobile device, you will be all of a sudden so many ads are pushed on your device. Okay, recommendations are different, and these ads, pushed ads are different. Okay, so this is also push reporting. And next is OLAP. This is very important, online analytical processing. So any one of you can quickly tell me what is OLAP? Online analytical processing, I know, but still further, if you want to add something, if you know something about it, you can just quickly tell me. Yes, any one of you would like to try what is online analytical processing? Priyanka B. Priyanka B. So OLTP is different, okay, online transaction processing, and OLAP. Okay, most frequently asked questions in your respective modules. Okay, OLAP in the module 5 and OLTP I think in the module 2. Okay, so definitely either one of it or both the concepts will be definitely asked in the final semester or semester and examination question paper. Okay, so as you can see, it is something which is being done in the online or in the real time or on demand, right? So you have the data, you can generate the insights or you can generate the analytics based on the historic data or a large amount of data, everything in real time. Okay, and you can instantly produce those insights to the clients or to the business consumers or to the business producers. It could be to the any of the entity, right? So based on this they can immediately take this decision and they can further continue with the business process. Okay, so I think we can stop at this particular point. There's one diagram, I guess. 1 minute. So we will finish this OLAP operations as well. So there are some important operations associated with online, analytical processing as well. So consolidation. So this is important. See, aggregation of data. Okay. For example, if any one of the company, okay, we will assume that you are facing an interview, okay, online interview, where the interviewer asks you to give the aggregate, or aggregation, sorry, marks aggregate of your entire semester or your entire engineering semester. So what will you do generally? If I ask you, tell me what is your aggregate in your engineering, what will you do? Yes, students, answer to my question. How will you find out the aggregate? Forget about CGPA, SGPA and all those stuff. If I want to know what is your aggregate, what will you do? Any one of you? Aggregate of your marks. So now you people are in 6th semester. So I will ask you what is your aggregate from semester 1 to semester 5. What will be your answer?
Marks of all semesters divided by overall total.
Yes, good. So what are you doing here? You're actually consolidating, right? So you're not giving out the information like sir or ma'am, I got so much of marks in first semester, so much of marks in second semester. Out of this, out of maximum marks was this much. Third semester, I secured this much. Out of maximum marks, this much. So you will not cook up a story to tell all this. You will answer to the point, right? So quickly you will calculate either using your calculator application, or if you have done homework well in advance to to answer probable question, because this is one of the probable question anybody can ask, any interviewer can ask to the candidate, right? So it is it's common sense. So you people, if you have done your homework in a very good much better way, then you will be prepared to answer it. Otherwise you will instantly calculate using your mobile, by taking prior permission from the interviewer that you will use your mobile to calculate the aggregate, and quickly you will aggregate, you will calculate and you will inform, right? So it is the marks what you have secured divided by the total number of maximum marks you will get. So what are you doing? You are doing some sort of consolidation. Okay, so same thing is applicable even for the data as well. So not all data is important for me, okay, or for my task or for my decision making. Not all data is important. So only some aggregation of data, consolidated data is required. Okay, so that is also one of the important functions. So similarly they have given an example, data about sales office rolled up to the district level, right? So if it is a manufacturing company or a sales company, then definitely they have to collect the report, how many products or how many services are being rendered for every 15 days or at the end of every month, from various small offices set up at various different locations, geographic locations, right? So that is how they consolidate. So this is one. Next is drill down. What is drill down? It is like display underlying detailed data. Example, sales figures by individual product. Okay. So the drill down is, okay, now assume that the interviewer is impressed by knowing your aggregate for the 5 semesters. So he will even he will be very smart enough, he or she will be very smart enough. Okay, so the interviewer will be familiar that only from the third semester onwards the engineering students will be learning the core subjects relevant to their discipline. Okay, so maybe she or he, will be more interested to know, okay, in your third semester which subjects you had, and what are the marks you have secured, okay, in those core subjects. So what will you do? You will start drill downing. Okay, so what will you do? You will list out all the subjects in your third semester, exclusively, very specifically. You will not generalize. You will name all the subject, and if you remember, or if you have some e-document with you to support your marks, okay, the scanned marks card or whatever, then you will list out everything, right? So you are listing out what the core subjects, what you have studied in your third semester, along with the marks you have secured. And maybe if required, if based on the interviewer interest, you might even give out what is the maximum marks, because the laboratories is for 80 marks or 100 marks, and sometimes during our engineering time the marks was 125, the maximum marks was 125, 100 external and 25 internal, so total 125 we used to get, right? So he might be interested to know that also. So that is like you display underlying detailed data, so you give out a detailed information so that the clarity is much better. Okay, so drill down is another important operation, and next is slicing and dicing. So this is important, data slicing is one of the important concept, which is again, we can say that it is a subset of data mining as well. Okay, data slicing. So slicing is what? How do you slice, what will I say now? Okay, you have the bread slices with you. You will slice something. What will you slice? Suppose if I am very choosy, I don't want the ends of the bread slice, what will I do? I slice it, right? And how I slice, it's left to me, whether I do it in a very in a different or a very artistic geometric shape kind, or I do it exactly in the square form. It is completely left to me, right? So it is my choice. So similarly, if given a entire database to you will never like, or you don't want to view the entire database, because database, it's collection of tables are in turn collection of records are in turn their collection of what, so many entities, attributes, and so many stuff, right? And you have the primary key concept, you have the secondary key, foreign key, the concepts are enormous, right? So viewing the database, or viewing only one data or one entity, or it could be row wise or column wise, right, from different viewpoints. Okay, so that is called as slicing. So for example, you can extract only few rows. I think this you would have done in your SQL classes, or SQL or operations, in fact, right? You are extracting only few rows horizontally, or vertically. So you have horizontal data slicing as well as vertical data slicing as well. Okay, and it is often performed along with the time axis. So if I want to know how many customers have booked the air tickets between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, so it is like a fixed timeline is being given. So people who have booked their air tickets online, real time, between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I will be getting only their data. And to be more specific, if I want to know only the destinations of these particular customers who have booked their tickets from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and I want to still make it very confined search, that where is their destination, or where they are planning to fly. So it gives out what? Only the list of customers and what is their destination, right? And rest all details, it is irrelevant for me, right? So what kind of, the class they have chosen, what kind of seat they have chosen, whether they have made the payment online, definitely they have to make the payment online. What mode they have chosen to make the payment online, whether it is any UPI or net banking, or credit card bank, whatever, right? And which bank. There's so many details, in fact, right? So it is like only required data you extract. Okay, students, so I think we can stop at this particular point. So yeah, 1 minute. Okay, so that's it from my side today. So we have seen the various DSS components. We have seen how analytics is very important in order to run the business organization. Okay, and how the insights and the business intelligence is important. Fine. So we will, after this, we even discuss the OLAP, that is online analytical processing, and few of the important operations required or which are encompassed within the OLAP. So these concepts we just completed in today's section or today's class. Later we will continue in the next class. Okay. Thank you from my side. You can all leave.